This week, the Jews find themselves in an incredibly difficult situation. The sea is in front of them, the advancing Egyptian army is behind them, and they are trapped, and they are terrified, and they start complaining to Moses, to Moshe. And Moshe, our fearless leader, calms them down. He says, don't worry. Stand tall and watch as God saves us. The Egyptians you see now, you're not going to see them anymore. God is going to go to war for you. Just be silent. The commentators explain that what he means is that they shouldn't even pray. Now that's really weird, because if ever there seemed like a good time to pray, it seems like right now. Say a few Hail Marys or whatever the Jewish equivalent was back then. So why is Moshe telling them to be totally quiet, not even to pray? The answer is that this is the key moment in Jewish history. It's the birth of the nation. This is when God is going to wipe out our enemies and free the Jewish people to serve him. And so Moshe wants the Jewish people to be all in. He's telling them, don't close your eyes and start swaying and crying out to God. Keep them open and watch every detail. Burn it into your memory banks. Analyze it afterwards. Digest it. Think about it. Talk about it. Tell your kids about it so that they can tell their kids about it. So that thousands and thousands of years later, when each of us each year on Passover, on Pesach, sits down at our Seder, each of us, through our collective muscle memory of Jewish history, because our ancestors paid such close attention to watch the individual, many, many miracles that God did for them during the crossing of the sea, each of us can feel that night every year as if we are leaving Egypt, because our ancestors that night, at that time, were all in. And it's unfortunate, because nowadays it's so unbelievably difficult to be all in. You're trying to pay attention during your Zoom meeting, but there are so many things vying for that attention. It's split because of the inevitability, the constant feeling that I've got to be multitasking. We're lured by Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp and email and texts and Slack, and it never ends. And then finally, we inch our way, crawl our way to the finish line. We make it to Friday, the end of the week. And for those of us who observe the Shabbos, the Sabbath, the Holy Sabbath, we get this respite that's unlike anything that anyone else has in the world. We get to turn off our phones, our tablets, our laptops, get to take control of our lives again. God, once a week, frees us. But he frees us to serve him. We have to be so careful not to fall into the trap of using our newfound freedom, our free time, to start talking about sports and politics and current events and the stock market and your business and fashion and gossip, instead of using that time wisely, using that freedom to come closer to him. Instead, we've got to redouble our efforts, to concentrate, to be all in with our Father in heaven.